Hello, good evening. So here we discuss another application of Gauss law, that is electric field intensity due to infinitely thin plane sheet. Okay, infinitely thin plane sheet. Okay, and that's otherwise known as planar charge distribution. Okay, or simply we can say that is infinite thin plane sheet or lamina. Okay, so what is a lamina or infinite thin plane sheet? Infinite thin plane sheet is a surface that thickness is very small. Okay, thickness is infinitely thin, infinitely less thickness. Okay, so how could we draw that? Suppose I consider this one is a infinitely thin plane sheet. Okay, and that plane sheet has q amount of charge that uniformly distributes. Okay, that q amount of charge is uniformly distributed over that surface. Okay, and that surface has a area of S and the surface density is sigma. Okay, and it contains the charge q, so that's why you can say sigma equal to q by S. So that implies to q equal to sigma S, equation 1. Okay, so in order to find the electric field intensity by using Gauss law, we have to draw a Gaussian surface. Okay, and for thin plane sheet, the Gaussian surface is cylindrical. Okay, that means for this plane sheet, suppose we want to measure the electric field intensity at point P. Okay, and that point P is at a distance of r. The point P is at a distance of r from the center of the plane sheet. This is the distance r that point P, observation point, lies, and at the observation point we have to measure the electric field intensity. Okay, so in order to find the electric field intensity, we have to draw a Gaussian surface, and for plane sheet the Gaussian surface is cylindrical. Okay, the plane sheet, simply we can take example like this is a plane sheet. Okay, and this thickness is very small, and when we consider this plane sheet contains some amount of positive charge, then we can say electric field lines are uniformly outward direction, and when electric lines of force are outward direction, means we can say electric lines of force will emit from this region as well as from this region. Okay, like this, the electric field will be, if this one is plus, electric field is along this region, is also along this region. Positive charge outward direction, it pass through this region, again also it pass through this region, but we are only enclosing here the lines of force with one side. Okay, there will be also lines of force passing through this side. Okay, as it is a infinitely thin plane sheet, the lines of force will arise from this region, also from this region. Okay, so that's why we have to take a similar imaginary point of P on the opposite side of the plane sheet. Okay, similar imaginary point at the same distance as P lies, at r distance. Okay, and we have to also draw a cylindrical surface on the opposite side of the plane sheet. Okay, and this is the total Gaussian surface for that plane sheet. Okay, so as it is a cylindrical surface and we consider that length of the cylinder will be 2r, so here we have to determine the electric field by using the Gauss law, and here there will be three different surface, this plane surface, and for this region electric field is along this region, and this one is a plane, so that's why surface vector is also along the same direction. This one is also plane, so electric field is along this direction and the surface vector is along this direction, and this one is a curved region. Okay, this one is curved region, this curved region. Okay, for the curved region the surface vector is along this region. Okay, but electric field either this way or this way. Electric field does not pass through the that small thickness region. Okay, so it is always along the two sides of the plane sheet. Okay, so in such case we can divide the total Gaussian surface into three different regions, that is region 1, and that is region 2, and that region is region 3. Okay, and when we use the Gauss law for this plane sheet, so what does the Gauss law takes the form? According to Gauss law, for cylindrical Gaussian surface that encloses the total charge Q, close integration S E dot ds equal to Q by epsilon 0, and the total Gaussian surface is divided into three regions, this circular region 1, this circular region 2, and this curved region 3. Okay, so closed integration will convert to three region. Region 1 E dot ds plus integration over region 2 E dot ds plus integration over region 3 E dot ds equal to Q by epsilon 0. Okay, and my first region has a angle theta equals to 0, E ds are in same direction. Second region has theta also 0, and the third region, this one is surface vector, electric field either this way or this way, that's why here angle theta equals to 90 degree. So close integration or simply integration over region 1 E ds cos 0 plus integration over region 2 E ds cos 0 plus integration over region 3 E ds cos 90 equal to Q by epsilon 0. Write this line in the above. Okay, so that implies to integration over region 1 E ds cos 0 plus integration over region 2 E ds cos 0 plus integration over region 3 E ds cos 90 equal to Q by epsilon 0. Okay, so that's why integration over region 1 E ds plus integration over region 2, that is also E ds plus 0 equal to Q by epsilon 0. Okay, so take the electric field outside. So E integration over region 1 ds plus E integration over region 2 ds equal to Q by epsilon 0. Okay, so that implies to E, what is the integration of ds? That is the area, the plane sheet has area S, so E dot S plus E dot S equal to Q by epsilon 0. So that implies to 2Es equal to Q by epsilon 0. So what we have to determine? That is E, that is Q by 2 epsilon naught S. Okay, but if sigma is the surface charge density, then sigma equal to Q by S, so Q equal to sigma S. Okay, so that equals to sigma S divided by 2 epsilon naught S. Okay, so if S cancel, so that will give electric field E equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. That is the expression for electric field for a planar charge distribution. And it is important that the electric field for planar charge distribution does not depends upon the distance. Okay, it does not depends upon the distance, that is r. Okay, so important that electric field for plane sheet does not depends upon r. It is independent of r. Okay, that means we can take the point of observation may be close to the plane sheet or may be away from the plane sheet, but the electric field intensity at any point of observation will be E equal to sigma by epsilon 0. Electric field only depends upon sigma. Okay, now whether the plane sheet is positive or whether the plane sheet is negative, and when we consider the negative plane sheet, that means that will be give sigma by epsilon 0. Okay, so let us consider the special cases in order to find the electric field due to parallel sheets. Okay, this one is a single sheet, but when we consider parallel sheets, then what will be the resultant electric field? Okay, so special case, two similar charged parallel sheet. Okay, two similar charged parallel plane sheets. Okay, so plane sheets are similar charged. Suppose I consider both the plane sheets are of positive. So this one is, suppose plane sheet A, this one is my plane sheet B, and both the plane sheets contains similar type of charge. Suppose I consider both the plane sheet contains positive charge. Okay, so for the plane sheet A, charge will be similar charge plus q and its magnitude also plus q. Okay, so that's why we say for any plane sheet the electric field intensity will be EA equals to sigma by epsilon 2 epsilon 0. Okay, so like EB equals to sigma by 2 epsilon 0. Okay, EA that I take E1. Okay, for A plane sheet electric field I consider E1, for B plane sheet I consider electric field as E2. So that's why EA that will be E1, EB will be E2 as it is independent of the position. Okay, so what we can take? We can take the point of measurement in between the plane sheet, or one side to the plate B or opposite side to the plate A. Okay, suppose I consider three different points. This one is P1, in between the plate that is P2, and on the PB side that is P3. Okay, so here we have to measure the resultant field. Okay, suppose I consider at point P as a point of observation. As we know, at point P there is a unit positive charge, and this one is electric field for a positive charge. Okay, so this one is positive, and when we consider effect of plate A at point P1, what we find? Effect of point A, plate A, that is positive, and this one is also positive, and when this affected point A, we find a repulsive force. So that will be direction of E1. Okay, now come to effect at point P1 because of plate B. Okay, plate B is positive, and when we study electric field at point 1 there is a unit positive charge. This one is positive, electric field when act at point P1 means this one is plus, this one is plus, effect of this plate B is act on P1, that's why it will be also repulsive. So that will be E2 vector. So angle between E1 and E2 theta equals to 0 degree. Okay. Now come to point P2. Okay. So at P2 there is also a unit positive charge, means there is also for plate A this one is positive, and when plus act on this point this make repulsive to, so that will E1 vector. Okay. Now for plate B, so electric field at point P, this one is positive and here also a positive charge, so plus plus, that will be repulsive, so that will be E2 vector. Okay. So at point P, what is the angle between E1 and E2? Theta equals to 180 degree. Now come to point P3. So this one is positive, there is also a unit positive charge. Effect of E1 at P3 means it will experience a repulsive force, that will be E1. Okay. This one is B plate. B plate is also positive, and this one is also, there is also a unit positive charge, so that will create a repulsive force, that is away from the plate B. Okay. And here angle between E1 and E2 theta equals to 0. So what are the resultant force? So what will be the resultant force at the P1, P2 and P3? Okay. So at P1, first case, at P1 resultant E equals to, angle is 0, so that will be give E1 square plus E2 square plus 2E1 E2 cos 0, that will be A plus B square type equation. So E1 plus E2, so that will be sigma by 2 epsilon 0 plus sigma by 2 epsilon 0, that will corresponds to sigma by epsilon 0. When we consider same type of charges, so electric field at one side will be sigma by epsilon 0. Okay. Now come to at point P2. At P2, okay, resultant field E equals to, angle theta equals to 180, so that will be E1 minus E2. Okay, A minus B square type equation, so that will be sigma by 2 epsilon 0 minus sigma by 2 epsilon 0, that will be 0. So in between two positive plane sheet the electric field will be 0. Similar type of case, in between electric field will be 0. Okay. So at P3, so what happens, again theta equals to 0, so E equals to E1 plus E2, so that will be sigma by 2 epsilon 0 plus sigma by 2 epsilon 0, that is sigma by epsilon 0. Okay. So that will be, if we consider two similar charged parallel plane sheets, then in between the plane sheet the electric field will be 0, whereas outside the plane sheet electric field is maximum. Okay. Now come to the second case. If we consider two dissimilar type of electric field, two dissimilar type of parallel plane sheets. Okay. That means when it contains opposite type of charges, suppose I consider the plate B contains negative charge. Okay. So when the plate B contains negative charge, electric field that will be same. Okay, because magnitude of charge is same. So E1, that is for plate A, okay, that will be sigma by 2 epsilon 0, and E2, that will be sigma by 2 epsilon 0, because we are treating with the magnitude form. Okay. So similarly we can take three different point, P1, P2 and here P3. Okay. At P1, suppose first we measure the electric field. This one is E1 electric field, this is E2 electric field. Okay. So this one is my positive plate, and here there is a unit positive charge. So plus when act on P1, that will create a repulsive force. that will be E1 vector. Okay. So now let treat or observe the effect at P1 because of plate B. Plate B is negative. Okay, and when negative charge plate act at point P1, it experience a attractive force. Okay, this was negative, this one is positive, so that's why it experience attractive force that will give E2 vector. Okay, this one is for plate B, so that's why E2 is attractive. So at P1 angle theta equals to 180 degree. Okay, now come to point P2. Okay, so at P2 if you observe the effect of plus plate, this plus plate, this one is plus and there is a unit positive charge. Okay, so plus, here plus means there will be a repulsive force, that will be E1 for plate A. Okay, but for plate B is negative and there is a unit positive charge. So when this one act on point P, so it will give a attractive force, that's why it is a negative charge plate, so that will be E2. So here theta equals to 0 degree. Okay, so at P3 comes to at P3. So at P3 first observe the effect of E1. This one is plus and there is also a plus charge, so that will give a repulsive type force, E1 vector. Okay, this one is negative plate, there is a positive charge, so that will give a attractive type force, so that will be E2 vector. So theta equals to 180 degree. Okay, so let us measure the resultant field. So number 1, at P1 resultant E will be, as angle is 180, so that will be E1 square plus E2 square plus 2 E1 E2 cos 180 is a minus 1. So A minus B type square equation. So E1 minus E2, so that will be sigma by 2 epsilon 0 minus sigma by 2 epsilon 0, that equals to 0. So if I consider two dissimilar type of charges or two dissimilar type of plane sheet, outside the electric field will be 0. Okay, so at P2 let us measure at P2. Number 2, at P2. So at P2, so what happens, theta equals to 0, so resultant field will be E equals to E1 plus E2. Okay, as theta equals to 0, so that will be A plus B, so that implies to E equal to sigma by 2 epsilon 0 plus sigma by 2 epsilon 0, that will be sigma by epsilon 0. Okay, so field will be maximum in between the plates. Okay, number 3, at point P3. Okay, so E equals to E1 minus E2, so that will be sigma by 2 epsilon 0 minus sigma by 2 epsilon 0, that is also 0. Okay, so in between the plates electric field exists and outside the plate electric field will be 0. Okay, so this is the measurement of electric field because of thin plane sheet by using Gauss law. Okay, so this is all about the plane sheets. I think all of you should understand what we say and carefully look out this direction. Okay, that is important. Carefully look out the direction, this is very important. Okay, thank you.